Well, naturally, unsheltered people. That's a chronic issue. It's a citywide issue, is what it is. It's a bigger issue, I believe, for District 2, because we have a disproportionate number of unhoused people living in our district. One of the things that we should do is to stop or put a moratorium on the unhoused that can come into this district. That's one thing. The other thing is that when there is housing available, it should go to District 2 first. It should be to these residents to get these residents off the street. I know that we just came up with, the city manager just opened the 3900 Roseville Road, I believe, but then they took people from Miller Park over there. I think the people from District 2 should have had first dibs on those houses. That's one of the things I want to do here, is that I want to make some noise down at City Hall. Enough of treating us like we don't matter. And so we do matter. So the unsheltered is something. And then these other things, these other canned answers, affordable housing, and just housing in general. I'm for affordable housing, but I'm also for housing that is affordable. Well, naturally, unsheltered people. That's a chronic issue. It's a citywide issue, is what it is. It's a bigger issue, I believe, for District 2, because we have a disproportionate number of unhoused people living in our district. One of the things that we should do is to stop or put a moratorium on the unhoused that can come into this district. That's one thing. The other thing is that when there is housing available, it should go to District 2 first. It should be to these residents to get these residents off the street. I know that we just came up with, the city manager just opened the 3900 Roseville Road, I believe, but then they took people from Miller Park over there. I think the people from District 2 should have had first dibs on those houses. That's one of the things I want to do here, is that I want to make some noise down at City Hall. Enough of treating us like we don't matter. And so we do matter. So the unsheltered is something. And then these other things, these other canned answers, affordable housing, and just housing in general. I'm for affordable housing, but I'm also for housing that is affordable. I don't think that we should be the place where people dump all the affordable housing. I just don't think that. I think that we should have some, of course, because if we have an inordinate amount of unhoused, then they're probably going to need some affordable housing, or because this district has a disproportionate number of low-income individuals living here, then we're probably going to need some affordable housing. But then
they're more at risk to become homeless.
Or they're people at more at risk to become homeless, right? And so we're going to need more affordable housing. Yet there are some people that want to live here and they want to stay here. They want to do well. Mm-hmm. And so we need housing that they can get into. The homeless crisis, I believe, is due in part to mental health issues. I don't think that people, and it's not even a thought, it's the people that I have spoke with personally. They are not all on drugs and alcohol. They're not, and for the most part, the people that I talk to are not even addicted to drugs or alcohol. And most of them, and I say most of them that are, they became addicted after they became homeless.
I've heard of plenty of instances of that happening.
Right. That's what's going on. And because they deal with being unsheltered and unhoused, mental health issues arise. I mean, you can imagine if you don't have a place to stay, or a toilet, or hot running water, or have not taken a shower in months.
Or cannot actually sleep to rest your brain one night comfortably.
Yes, it does something to your mental psyche. And we need to address that. Is that people are not homeless because they want to be. They are homeless due to certain circumstances. I spoke with one lady over at Camp Resolution, and what had happened to her was she was staying in an apartment with a roommate. She's on a fixed income. She gets her Social Security, and her and her roommate were splitting the rent, which I believe was about $1,600. She receives $1,300 a month. Her rent's $800. Her roommate died. She couldn't afford the rest of the rent. She didn't have the first and the last to go somewhere else. She ended up outside. She is not addicted to drugs or an alcoholic, but she does not have a place to stay now. I think we need to address those issues like that too. Okay. Safety is a factor. Um, some partly in due to our unsheltered population also. When I've walked the boulevard, the business owners tell me that they feel a little bit unsafe because the homeless are outside when they're open. And they would rather they not be there while they're trying to conduct business, trying to make money, pay taxes, pay their rents, pay their mortgages. They would rather that didn't happen. I believe we need to partner and continue to partner with nonprofit organizations or organizations, safety patrols, so that we have round-the-clock security. It might cost us a little more, but this district needs it right now. We're not like other districts right now, so we must think differently. We must do things differently. One of the things we must do differently is provide safety. We must provide patrol. I know the.
You mean so if the police cannot respond in a timely manner, there needs to be another safeguard.
There
so to
needs to be
speak.
another safeguard
Right.
to make sure our residents know that they are protected, because the police may have some other bigger things to do besides dealing with people that's breaking a window. That could be it. Dealing with homeless that are coming into the establishment, maybe being disruptive. Maybe we don't call the police for that. We do call these other entities to come and deal with those problems like that. But it lets our people know, it lets our residents know, it lets our business owners know that your safety is a concern for us. And I think we need to have a visible presence with that. They need to know that they are here. They need to be uniformed. And the people on the street, they need to know also that we are protecting what belongs to us, our property and our people. They are being protected. And so I don't think it's a big ask. And I don't think we should overlook that. I think it's something that we should address. We need to continue to educate our police and train them on how to manage crime in this area. That's what reform is that constantly looking at ways that we can improve policing as it relates to the people that live here. I agree with the police going out, meeting people, having meetings at their stations so that people can get to know them, and being out in the area so that when crime occurs, they know who the people are. They're just not some stranger that's committing a crime and they don't know who they are. So I think we need to continue to educate our people on the crimes that are committed here, why people are committing those crimes, and maybe to lessen some of the rules. I say lessen some of the rules that when these are not heinous crimes that are being committed, to really look at some alternatives for this district. I think to some degree, depending on the nature, the severity of the crime, we should be given a pass. Does that mean that they don't go to jail? Does that mean they don't get arrested? No, it doesn't mean that at all. It means, for instance, one time, it's like this. My daughter was caught shoplifting in a store. The security called me, gave me an opportunity to come get her so that she would not go into the system. I appreciated that. Now she's in college and she's doing well, and it taught her a lesson, and she hasn't been in trouble again. I think we can be more compassionate like that with people. Sometimes we just need to make a phone call and not an arrest, and we could save someone's life.